Hi guys, so you're probably wondering why I haven't been posting. I've been going through a lot of bad stuff lately, financially and mentally with my toxic family. And yesterday I got into a really big fight with my older sister. So for some context, I stopped talking to her because she made me homeless. I don't know if you guys know the story. Basically, I told her ex-boyfriend's brother who was living with us to wash his dishes, and she got mad at me because I told her, I was like, "Hey, he needs to respect your house." And she was like, "You're acting crazy, you're doing too much, blah blah blah." Right? So, let me read you the text message that started it all. And for some context, I'm just gonna say this. I've not been a perfect person. I've never been a perfect person. And I can admit when I'm fucking wrong. So I just want to say that. I have made mistakes in the past, like everyone else has in their life, okay? I'm not perfect. So she said this to me yesterday. Please don't let this ruin your day. I wanted to say that I have heard that you are telling people that you were homeless and sleeping in your car because of me. If that's your perspective, that's fine, but I do not appreciate how you have portrayed me to look. I asked you multiple times to make sure you had a place to go to. These were your responses. I also had, let me see, because they're kind of out of order, sorry. So she said, I also had your siblings call you in case you were lying to me, um, to ask you if you were doing okay. And you told them that you had somewhere to say, did I curse you out? Okay. So she did a question mark. So let me give you some context. During this time, whatchamacallit, I never said to my brother that I had a place to stay. I told him I was sleeping in my car for a week, which is the truth, and he can confirm it for me because he called me and he's like, "Hey, where are you at?" I was like, "I'm sleeping in my car, showering at Planet Fitness." Okay, I'm no longer homeless, as you guys can see, but I obviously, I was lying to her because why in the fuck would I want to tell my abuser where the fuck I'm going? Like, you don't deserve to know where the fuck I'm going, right? That's what I thought in my mind. And I like how she said, "Did I curse you out?" Question mark. Yes, you cursed me out and you broke down my door, and I have the whole fucking thing on video. So she said, "Did I curse you out?" Yes, absolutely, but I did not have you homeless living in your car. Um, that's what you chose to do. That is your decision. Again, you don't have to agree, but here's the proof in the text of me asking you. No matter what, if you did something to me, I would never let you sleep in your car, period. And to this day, I still would knowingly and would never ever let you go hungry. Hope this text doesn't upset you. Let me see. I will send you money whenever you need it for food. She does that. And I'm not saying that she doesn't do that because she does. So, this is the old text message. You better not be sleeping in your car. That was her. I'm not. I'm going back to sleep. Good night. Okay. Can you put my clothes on the dryer? Yes, I will. Thank you. This was like after our fight, right? Are you still going to be here or are you leaving? Yes, I'm leaving on the 1st. Okay. So where are you going? I don't know what to tell you. You are renting a room from someone? No. I'll be fine. Don't worry. Are you making the banging noise? No, I just got home. I think we had like a raccoon stuck in our freaking chimney. But yeah, so in regards to those texts, obviously I'm not gonna fucking tell her that I'm gonna be living in my fucking car because, okay, look, this is like what happened. She broke down my door, started cussing me out, and at one point she wouldn't let me leave the room. Like, she had her arms open and she's like, "You're not leaving the room." I was like, "Jade, you need to let me leave the room." And I had to go under her and I ran to my room, shut the door, and then that's when she broke down my fucking door, right? Mind you, I have the whole thing on video. And this all happened because I was telling her, she's such a fucking narcissist, but I was telling her, I was like, "Bro, he's using you. Like, he's not a good person. Like, he's just using you for money. Like, blah, blah, blah." And obviously, like, what the fuck do I know? Because I'm the younger sibling and I don't know shit, apparently. But this is her ex-boyfriend's brother, and her ex cheated on her. So I'm like, why the fuck are you housing his brother? Like, it makes no fucking sense to me. And I know I did technically lie to her, but like, I told everyone this. I told everyone. All my siblings agree that she kicked me out and made me homeless because she literally said, "Get the fuck out of my house. I want your shit outside on the street at 3 in the morning," to me. and I have the thing on video, okay? So after that, she goes to fucking UK for a week. We don't talk at all. She acts like everything's fine. She comes back from the UK, and then she's like, are you still staying here? She's like, you can stay here if you want. And I'm like, no fucking thank you. Because keep in mind, she made me move in and out of her house multiple times with my neck injury. Okay, so during this time, I moved out, like, I was trying to be on my own. I moved out, and my next door neighbor, he was like obsessed with me, and he'd always be like, oh, you want to drink together? I was like, no thank you. And then he would say, oh, I have a pew pew and I'm gonna shoot it if that guy comes by. So basically, he saw that the next door neighbor had like an Arizona iced tea, and he was like, hey, you stole that for my son, I'm gonna pew pew you. And I was living there, and then the landlord's boyfriend had a crush on me, and it was spider infested. It had mold, and obviously I chose the lesser of two evils. I chose to live with my sister, right? Okay, but obviously during that time, I couldn't afford anything else, and I chose the lesser of two evils, and I was like, either I could live at this fucking crazy house without a spider infested, or I could live with my older sister, who is kind of abusive towards me sometimes, but I'm like, I'd rather live with her. So yeah, I moved back with her. And so this is what I sent her next. So I told her that I did lie to her, and I was sleeping in my car for a week, and I was showering at Planet Fitness. I lied to you because I was sick of the way you treated me and felt like you didn't need to know. I feel like you did, to a certain extent, force me into being homeless, because why would I want to stay at someone's house who constantly abused me and treated me like shit? I felt like with you, Jade, I could never have a boundary or an opinion, and I could never stand up for myself without it being an issue. And you know what? My brother did check on me, and I told him I was living in the car. I said, you can think what you want, and I can think what I want, but I really do feel like you made me homeless. But you know what? It was for the best, and that's all I'm gonna say. Another thing I don't like about you was the fact that you would, hold on, constantly play with my housing stability. So when I say that, I shit you not, there would be multiple times when I would be like, one time I drove her from my work and she had COVID. Like, she had straight up COVID. I asked her to put a mask on in my car for like 5 minutes because she asked me to take her to the library. Keep in mind, she just would not let me not pay rent, if that makes sense. So I had to keep working, right? And so I asked her to put a mask in my car, and she was like, "Oh my God, I'll make you fucking homeless if you make me wear a mask in your fucking car." And I cried. I cried because I thought I was gonna be homeless. Or when I moved in the last time when I was living with my crazy roommate, I moved in and out of her house like 5 times because she was like, oh, you can move in with me. So I'd pack up all my shit in the fucking car, I bring it to her house, and then she'd be like, oh, actually, I don't want you living here. And I had to go back to my apartment, unpack my shit, put it back in my fucking house. I did that 3 or 4 times. Mind you, my next door neighbor has a drinking problem, and he's threatening to shoot a pew pew, and I'm living in a spider infested house. So that's what I meant when she was fucking with my housing stability. Because I would go there, try to unpack my shit, she'd be like, get the fuck out of here. I did that 3 or 4, 5 times, okay? It was a lot. Pack my shit up, unpack it. And it was just frustrating. And that's what I mean when she was playing with my housing stability, because she thought it was a joke to say, oh, I'll make you homeless. And then she did make me homeless. I basically just said, you really hurt my neck injury. And then I said, and I don't like the fact that you said I like to make shit up in my head about my neck injury, because I told her, I was like, I have multiple MRI scans and doctor's visits of proof of my neck injury, so I never made shit up about my neck. I'm in constant pain all the time and would never lie about something like this, because why the fuck would I? I'm always in pain. Like, literally sometimes I can't pick up my fucking phone. And yeah, it's a hard life, because I became a CNA and I literally like fucked up my neck. I'm fine like most days, but other days like I'm not. And I just told her, I was like, I really feel like you hurt my feelings a lot with all the things you've done to me, and that's why I'm not there anymore, because you really hurt me. And you know what? Also, I got hurt when you believed my younger sister about Eric, but you wouldn't believe me. So when I say that, when my little sister moved in, basically my older sister snapped out of it. She's like, oh my God, Eric is a piece of shit. And Eric's the one who left his dishes in the sink that started this whole fucking thing, because I told him, or told her to tell him, that he needs to respect her house, and she lost her shit at me. Okay? And so that's where I leave off right now, and then I'm gonna make another part 2 to this video because a lot else is happening.